we decided that having a hospitality table would be the best way to make our guests feel welcome. We contracted with florists who set up entertainment areas to watch the performances.
Which look really nice,
oh, they
by
look
the way.
beautiful.
They
We've
look
had
really
them,
great.
We've had the performance piped in. They have beautiful chairs to sit in, flowers. So
Which match the program book.
yes,
I can see the
everything's
green and
lime
white,
green.
and
Yes,
white,
yes.
which matches the program book, and a huge big screen so that they can watch the competition unfold. Now tell me, you know, when you're thinking of starting to meet about this in November,
Yes.
there's that much to do. There's that much to think about, I guess, because you're saying, I mean, you went and looked at catering from competitions past. Now, what goes through your mind when you see a catering page from a past competition? Is it like, okay, but that was for fewer competitors and this is more competitors, or what are you thinking when you?
We look at lots of different things. Last year we did the junior competition, so we look at what kids might want versus adults.
So were you involved in that as
yes,
well?
Sir.
Okay.
Yes, we set up at TCU last year in a dorm, and we had the same hospitality setup essentially. This year it was on a little bit bigger scale. We checked in over 70 competitors yesterday. They are so nice. We gave them amazing gift bags. Carrie Hickman went to all the Fort Worth businesses. They got chips and salsa. They got pralines.
Very Texas. Chips and salsa and pralines.
They
both
were
very
so
Texas.
excited when they got their chips and salsa. We gave them a modern art museum book. We gave them T-shirts. Anything to make them feel comfortable and at home in Fort Worth.
Right. So going back to last year when you were involved in the junior competition, how does this feel different from that in any way? I mean, obviously these are the
Adults.
minimum age here is 35. And
Yes, it does. It's so different because last year we had so many security checks. We wanted everyone to pass every criminal
Right.
background.
Right.
We were really big on security and escorting all of our juniors to the to every warm-up room. Here they're adults. We know they can get to warm-up rooms. We did it 2 blocks away at the Woolworth building, so they could really get a good view of Sundance. So we look at that logistically, but essentially we know that the children need to be escorted and then adults can find their way.
Right. So you mentioned Kay Howell, who's on our Cliburn staff, of course, as Director of Special Events. So when you have a meeting with Kay in November and with Susan Robertson, who's our Director of Education, what happens in the first meeting? What happened in that very first meeting in November?
Just commitment. We look at our list of volunteers. We look at how the Junior League is going to support us. This year I am kind of a dual role. I'm a team leader for the Junior League, and then I'm also a community volunteer for chairman of Competitor Hall.
Okay.
So I'm in charge of 6 girls from the Junior League. We are spread from Competitor Hall to the gift shop, and we
Is it going to be the same 6 every day?
This is what is considered for the Junior League a concentrated placement.
Okay.
So we do have to get 50 hours in this time frame. So pretty much we are here every day. Yes, sir.
Wow.
And then there are so many Junior League volunteers that came yesterday just because they love the Cliburn.
Oh, fantastic.
So it was, we had, I think, 8 girls checking everybody in, and some were getting placement hours and some just did it because they love the Cliburn. It's phenomenal organization.
Well, I've always thought, I've been in Fort Worth 30 years now, and both in my job at the Cliburn and at the Fort Worth Symphony, I've found that volunteers are really the backbone of everything. Our volunteer organization at the Fort Worth Symphony, the Symphony League, also when we're having auditions at the Fort Worth Symphony, also come with a huge table of food.
Yes.
And so people who come and audition at the Fort Worth Symphony say that this doesn't happen anywhere else. Nobody feeds you but in Fort Worth. So Fort Worth has got a long, long history of that volunteer spirit. So how did you come to the Cliburn? Was it through Junior League or another way?
In 2005 we had the International, and they needed Junior League volunteers to go to the hospitality suite, and we would go up there and make sure that it was stocked with food and drinks and everyone was happy. And I was hooked then, and so the previous.
What's so fun about it? Tell me how
the
you get hooked
people
on
you
it.
get to meet. I mean, you get to meet people from all over the world, and in very few volunteer organizations do you get to meet. Usually, you're supporting a local community charity. The
Right.
Cliburn is local, but it brings in international people, and we have friends all over the world from
Right.
Cliburn.
I was talking with Carla Thompson about this in the first interview this morning, about how Fort Worth views the Cliburn itself, whether as a local entity or a national entity or an international entity. And really, it's all three. When you get involved in the Cliburn, you sort of do it on a local level, but then it expands outward to that national and international level. It's exactly what you were saying, because you get to meet so many
Yes.
people. So you became involved with us, I think you said, in 2005,
2005.
that edition of the professional competition. And what were you doing?
I was just a general volunteer in the hospitality suite, and then the next two competition, I was the official guest chair.
So what is, okay, so I know what official guests are, but for our viewers who might not know, can you give us just a sense of what you do for them and who they are?
Sure. They are a lot of symphony directors, a lot of pianists, music teachers all across the world.
Right.
Some previous judges or jurors, some previous competitors, lots of benefactors to the Cliburn, and we contact them, get their flight information. We coordinate transportation to and from the airport. We make sure that all of their tickets are here for the waiting for them.
Right.
We meet them in the hospitality suite. We make sure they have a pleasant experience at all times.
Yeah.
So we're emailing with them. We want to make sure that they know we are here for them, and we appreciate all they do.
And we appreciate all you do as a volunteer and as a junior league member and as a citizen of Fort Worth. Thank you so much for being with us,
Thank
Lyndsey.
you.
I'll see you back in Competitor Hall.
Okay, sounds good.
Thanks so much.